because I say, President Mahama, a person what the Burkina for Niger for any Benin for to say, as what just would you know I want to say? I will show you evidence. It's all opposition, as someone or Kokate, and Nanado open in his mouth wide, concern about my God. Nanado, as why smart. Nanado, as a woman and it because I say, no. I mean, yes, so Burkina for no bedini ye because and now Mahama Bear presses so they have access to the country. And until I say Temaport walk around Burkina for ever found home, me better what eh?
And so we know what is happening in Burkina Faso. Indeed, we should be working closer with our comrades in Burkina Faso. Unfortunately, this government has created some tension between us and Burkina Faso because our president went and opened his mouth too wide. You saw the video. He went and was doing concern about your neighbor. We all are here. We are suffering. America called you small, and you are so excited, and then your neighbor, you are doing concern about him. You know, and so it has created some diplomatic tension. He went there and apologized, but still, it's not the best. So, when government changes, we have to go and talk to our neighbors because we must work together. Indeed, the whole.
But man, we party. Eti me ba say say the difference between President Mahama and Nanado, the war so-called international exposure. The or no one slow Brunia. Eti Mahama we between the one to two Ekufuado. My God, say America call you small, then you are shaking. My goodness, Ekufuado. Yet omu training say what why say pobi or to say Bruni Ekufuado ni di kind. Eti President Ekufuado you be a one who Brunia na no hopo. Kay na ya unti ebrofo oka. Eya unti ebrofo Ekufuado ka on. My God, President Mahama, and you see the level of hatred. Say, Bruni, and so almost Yabrofia, I heard the Mahama names out for one say so called socialist for no, almost ya West for Yahweh. Almost you're down. They can't even bargain. They can't even deal with the West. Now, a President Kufuado, Bonjour Jalapé, Misue, Frenchman, hey, Mr. Speaker. Now na Kufuado na Mahama ye pobia so na nia bie wa brochira wo President Mahama na Kufuado. My God. Ana President Mahama na between the one to two Kufuado. Debbie. President Mahama Kufuado exposure woni wiase. President Mahama ni muka pre. President Mahama Russia no koy. Russia no na mo. Russia. Kufuado ono Jack. Wo de meso President Kufuado Jane Swagwo UK ni America na nya no. No, Brony and Anopo, Ekufuado. No way. Eti, Master President Kufuado said, sa interview where President Mama ye, no, Master Noir. Also say, Burkina for no crown tia city, a hoson a yenim say, and Samboni bebre koso, and yen yan katimiko to why no more cano. Eti, obi crab, ye, be more, no, be fair, or be dibonia, no. On so man for betimi abedi bone wo man because they said the Ghana and Burkina na de ai President Kufuor yes or protect your borders and yes we kodi konkonsan ai mi was border no so no enkofo go terrorists for gu border no so a mu to di makusas ne mamprusi for ai for kusa ba ku yi mamprugu yes otiase eti anoten na sa wodi sa nkomo yi ena me ye research bia na ye hwade ye nuan wodi fela bi beto abonten ena me community ye hwe ye ntie ye hwade wa hase.
President John Dramani Mahama a confirm say Ghana ye hydrocarbon terminal e water port no waton e de Burkina Faso me be ka kire mo say waton bana munjindi video ni ye hwe video no enfambra
and increase the supply of power to Burkina Faso electricity exports to Burkina Faso, and also the transit corridor for petroleum products. Recently, Burkina has bought a storage terminal in Tema, okay. And so we're looking to see how they can use the pipeline. We have a pipeline to Bolgatanga, and we want to extend it to.
Okay, eti na mpese me tifi president no num say ya mpa say President Mahama ton such a session of the Thermoport at the Burkina for. Just look at this. Wow. This is interesting. This is interesting. Say nice say Burkina for no, they can control a certain part of the country because baby o matono o me protect or yenuana or ye soldier ni or the soldier say be control because abey ni property. Say bi de bibia besi bia wa se yentie bi mpacho yentie ni bio yentie Mahama bio.
And also the transit corridor for petroleum products. Recently, Burkina has bought a storage terminal in Tema. Okay. And so we're looking to see how they can use the pipeline. We have a pipeline to Bolgatanga, and we want to extend it to Ouagadougou so that we can push the fuel and diesel products.
Ebusiafo, impanyifo say, ochami enim na asema otaika, wasna na wasumwa, we die wasonti asem weni hu ade. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ena na oni Burkina Faso president Ibrahim Traoré ejina honma oni nidi nkomo ena oka kire media ne say recently Burkina Faso ato terminal bi wo Temahabo terminal ben the hydrocarbon terminal wo Temahabo ena wamaton a kire say on be fast no maboa na omotime di omo petrol ena om diesel afa no me kopawa light ho no menu achi no so no Ghana na ni light na dadum so mo no ono onsa ebesa aboa ma Burkina no light di aka ho enti no ya ton e de ma Burkina for $70 million. $70 million. Enti yes ye be kan asema yenim de yeka. You don't just say something keke. This is the video to prove to you that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has sold the hydrocarbon terminal wo Temahabo e de ma Burkina Faso for $70 million. Bravo Mahama. Why ni nyina why ni nyina koso na tonton nyama ne saa me se before money betimo no na Mahama ton Ghana ton Ghana modern sisa no ahye Ibrahim Mahama botom amode yeke babare ansa na money beba mo so say we've been telling you people the truth but that is how you people want it, so it is cool, just take it like that, okay? Bedin the promise the blogger but that's it,
right? Eti imagine say just quite interesting. Say Mahama ton ade no de ama wo mu na bacho hwe picture da hai na echena me de Mahama so ni old picture ba be kire picture bacho hwan na hunu picture no hwe picture no de hwan na hunu wo mu picture wo hwe mu a hwan na hunu wo mu bacho comment section ye nto aso ode mami expand picture ne hwe ni ye hwan na hwan picture no mu comment section. That's right. So ye ko bi okuta swag. I wono wo ye westernized. I wono kwa wo say hu se wasesa. I was san di ni kura nyina wo se da bi still na me ye Ghana ni etini di William kwa wo to twenen. En wo de obefa akandi kase ye to ne ho so. I wono wo ye westernized woni what time it is in Buroni Maso. That's right. Now wo say na na do no hu Buroni ana ono no ho po kai. Akufuado. No one was so Akufuado swag ye ne. Anamunimu no. That is Akufuado for you. The young Akufuado. And that is Nimo pharmacy no. That's right. And you didn't finish why. It is here pobi okuta swaga. President Mahama de wo better do want to Akufuado say Broni ehia Akufuado a. Na ono ne hopo kai. Na Akufuado ono say ewiase kasa otimi kasa ba ko say best 8 Akufuado. Otimi kasa ba ko best 8. President Mahama pa. Na sa na we she otimi sa Akufuado ni hu Broni ana no hopo. President Akufuado. Na unimu no ho. Ne swag level Ghana ho forget it. Forget it. President Akufuado swag level forget it. Onu yo bi ohun Broni ana hopo. Na wo Mahama de President Mahama de wo swag be ya. O ye yo papa CPP aye ma so Soviet Union ye do call Russia, Moscow. E na akoshe Russia. Russia any tie be na Russia. Russia ni tie be na ho. Ani tie bia ni Russia. Russia wa ni tie bia ni ho. Communist no a bully la tactics no a. Now, yanto aso. Na me pese me di picture to ma hu say President Mahama so no Akufo-Addo wo che ne mu 20 obi a si na ni ate wo wiase pa no President Mahama ntimi fa no to President Akufo-Addo dabi ebi nsi da just bia onim Ghana asem ebi nsi da because nanando no sabe enye se ne papa wo sika na be dabi baby wo sha ase free no different from Mahama ya mama we kra mo ne sakakra. Sure. No, hey, no, Santima, and you know, and you know, cry. Sure, Obi na done for Messiah for Jai. Eti President Mama we dey the sasem we the next time enka biu. Next time enka sasem we kura biu. Enka sasem we biu kura say Akufo-Addo buru ni friend kakra we na no hope. For where? Any only Akufo-Addo.
Anything can happen. So, Nana, be ever prepared, like your motto says. Be ready. Anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic of Ghana.
And here a kids of in a Bible. Or what for the 10 was Shani Dawson? Or what for
Eti when they say I'm call him and I say I'm call him so I na nya Akufo-Addo a ono ne swag level we see munyane so Akufo-Addo swag no eno na say mo call him na ono Akufo-Addo we see munyane right yankuye eti the woman say President Mahama aton ehɔ no de ama Burkina fo dey say Burkina no ombetimi abakuro no at any time just bibia no obetimi ayede opɛ because unya ton hɔ no man say Kim kyerɛw say ehɔ no ɛyɛ ne dia unya ton hɔ man no kyerɛw say hɔ yɛ ne dia eti de opɛ bia obɛyɛ and don't forget so say NDC na power so hwan kra ne be check wo mu sika no mo de ma hwan ne be check wo mu very interesting enti enna ya no metra chi nam sa ene enu ntin na President Mahama bibia na Burkina ena AEY ena hwan mi was wo ye democratic leaders wo no ECOWAS kra na wo mu eti wo no kra no say so even though say yanu no wo mu no enye bibia na say ogigi wanim chinchina opese wo ya akoye te se wono no ase ayi ku bi no de ba power ni atena se a ema papa yi watimi aton wo de am Burkina fo eti afa de yenkodam yensori a wo se afa kura de Ghana fo mu ntie se any Africa fo ta enipa tazi wo de scholarship bre wo mu wo mu hia na yentie bosu kena yentie no
Ghana is offering 1,000 scholarships to tertiary students from across the ECOWAS sub-region to study in our universities. This is not just a gesture, it is an act of solidarity. It is a bridge to a future where our young people will grow up seeing each other not as foreigners, but as partners. Excellencies, as we look to the next 50 years, let unity and solidarity lead us. Let that be our guide. Ghana is offering 1,000 scholarships to tertiary students from across the ECOWAS sub-region to study in our universities. This is not just a gesture, it is an act of solidarity. It is a bridge to a future where our young people will grow up seeing each other not as foreigners, but as partners.
Okay. Now, yendi kodi sa de we ya president mama ye. Ni nyina ne se de ntia wo ye sa ne se Burkina ne Niger fo no wo mo ne West fo no anya a lot of altercations and answer basa yo se no nipa e wo Burkina, Niger, Mali be ye din se this western countries na ye ko seek for education no higher education be admit wo mo students be ye din ni nyina ne say because of leadership nti enye citizen de abonemu leadership no eti strategical way a wo mo ye ne say Burkina ni Niger the all can ye Burkina ni Niger any Mali ntia enye wo bia ba ma fi so smart enye wo ye nkoda so the ombe ne say they are omo bypass the west no na omo nkrofo na besua de wo Ghana na omo anya west for no enim de no na omo de akoye omo kuro ensa enye we ba unim onse echiriko kwa ye ne ma so ho ewiase onkwa ntimi ntwa efasuo mfa ho say menkwa ewiase ye global world so ho eti aye omo nya say ye hia America aye hia hwan ye hia de otu no school na moko bebre na America for no and sponsors our schools no bebre mum ya nwe ho eti o say o ye smart na Burkina for no Mali ni Niger o matimi atene aba besua nimde abaji nimde wo Ghana na wo de akwa assist wo country no because they say no wo leader no enam so we cool leader nti no wo mpese ne nkrofo no bekọ Europe and America ba bia kosua bibia anti one obe bypass Ghana no ye ne West for no alliance no na obesua de ho in other way or see wo no yes smart e wo ye ho e na ye ne yes ase odi ogina ye course so ho because ye no see ye democratic as ono so ompe democracy no so ho na nkase ye chikoko so akeni ne ma eno na ma hu ne say ku ne kwa ya wie but wo ye da wi ase no onkwa ntimi chichiri okuru on de tie onkwa ntimi nye kuru baako eti president mama pese wo ye smart na wo de Niger ni Burkina fo ni be wura Ghana so ho but onim onyina yie abrofo we mu omo ye very dangerous. The only thing is that the next time so omo ma chance so mount sanctions against Burkina leader no e be affect Ghana. So omo chance so mount sanctions e be affect Ghana. Yeah. Because Ghana need to way one ye Mahama to say as what IMF for all purpose here. Well, yeah, your munya too no. Yeah, ye be hwe ye ho be ready yi. Mu corruption be ready yi. E de anim de ne kura e mo ye de ya. Ah? E be ready ya. So see I senkrofo ni mount to pressure se see ya no fo ye omutimu odin. Omo mount to pressure kim etia Burkina ni Niger. Obi ane no sa country so alliance obenya problem. Eti oman no ye future ni nye o. Ghana na mo ni sa future ni nye because abrofo we mu no wono omu dili na wo nyina yi a ye study enkoye gaga bia ye study. So that eti Burkina wonye study. See Russia no oji no so Russia or Trinity wa Africa. Wonye different from America. Russia no wonye different from America. This is politics. What you say? China nye different from America. Omu nyina obi a Trinity wa Africa. A permanent interest and your permanent friend. Why na catch yourself Russia be your permanent friend? Ewa hen. Wonye different from the Western countries. No way. Omu nyina ye pepepe. Oh you are there. Oh you are. Oh the we na mo say na mo ya mo say had I know is always at last. We be do was ye hu yanka. Yeah no. I foresee the future. I foresee the future because me ye before kakra. I foresee the future. Why? Into the international ye where had I know. Obecha say had I know is always at last. I see. A dank of any problem about affect Ghana. Tiere me catch on because of Mahama star no ye no. Esa ko yin hu free wo nsemu. Esa se wo yin hu free wo nsemu. Oti ase. Obi nkase mu omum beru omum kro, omum belde. Yeso ye belde ye de. Sanity ye wia ni nyina ya Africa nenso so ekwan a ye belde na ye wo na ema wo be ye president no. Untimi sacrifice fan ko ye eku tatis enya dwuma. Ye nya sa na ye no. It work for problem a Ghana for ne yenya problem. Eti Burkina tatis no wo play no ye benya problem. It is say wakoton honor the ama Burkina for waton the amount $75 million. Aye. Waton the amount. Na woye no wo say odi nkomo bi o ne Burkina leader no yenti ase ne yento ase yenti ase
of AES and ECOWAS, and I've got new perspectives about the concerns that the three countries have in respect of their relations with ECOWAS. And so I assured Mr. President that at the next ECOWAS meeting, I would pass on what they have explained to me to the other leaders. I think there's a breakdown of trust amongst the leadership. It will take time to rebuild it, but we have to work on it so that we restore trust and confidence with each other so that we can work together, you know, even if we are not part of the same regional body. And so we discussed that. We also discussed security. I mean, in Africa we say when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to help him to quench it, otherwise it will spread to your own house. This issue of terrorism started with Mali, and it spread gradually into Niger and now into Burkina Faso. And like I said, terrorism is like a cancer. If you don't fight it together, it will spread.
It is on say double standard. When President Akufo-Addo was power, no say Burkina hono terrorist for bi wo ho. Answer Mahama say officer Akufo-Addo woni nyansa che Akufo-Addo. On say na dey all confirm say terrorists for wo Burkina na on confirm so ho. And so once papa ya na kogina say and Akufo-Addo kodi konkonsa kire kire abrofo no. Enyo no so e confirming. President Mahama confirm say terrorism koso wo Burkina, Mali, Niger spread enyo sa. President Akufo-Addo call US no enyo sa na okokan. Say esro ho no say terrorists for bi wo mani ahwe ho wo mani ye ni Burkina. When all this Akufo-Addo say Akufo-Addo who abrofo na ho po na Akufo-Addo talk too much. We enyo ne wo no so kasa all kasa the same thing no. Also me say Mahama NDC party wo mo ye scammers, political scammers. Patriotism statement ni wo mo ye political scammers. They will scam you with falsehood policies and narration. It is a NDC ni kasa tie ni ye emane nya wo de omo speech entie dwene ho ansa. It is a no krese terrorism wo soro ho de a Akufo-Addo no wrong way ne de President Akufo-Addo way dey. Shame on you, Mr. President. Shame on you.
In Africa we say when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to help him to quench it, otherwise it will spread to your own house. This issue of terrorism
onipa so ogina kira okuje to no so ade na waye nani a ogina kira wi waye te say steamer waye te say statue no okuje already foreign minister bi de monya bi pa o now we have more foreign minister we ogina kira ogina kira yeah say lady was it I say, but is Ibrahim part of ECOWAS? Woman so my free ECOWAS in Omati block, your friend AES. Omati yes, Atlantic Sahel, BBB, yeah, AES. Yes, Omati free ECOWAS in, but still on say, yes, smart, ECOWAS country need daily, a bini the Ombe or Ghana, so on. It's ya say. Robbie Peter to people, Yichiko kwa ni ma ena omoye no so ho. Enu tra president mama ekofo omon kro mu kro be 1000 no be trini wo mu so ho. Aha no de ama wo mo sebe ya. Ode Ghana ska so behwe Burkina ne Niger fo. Aha. Eti adwuma hye kwa me nkroma tatis na bi na uni aso pese wo tetete ho kakra. Now me say okuja to de na ogina wa ye te steamer na foreign minister we kura de asem ni. Yeah, right. Well, could you do no more cerebruta? Mo foreign minister with and was through Kazungu guy.
Started with Mali, and it spread gradually into Niger and now into Burkina Faso. And like I said, terrorism is like a cancer. If you don't fight it together, it will spread throughout the body. So how we can collaborate in terms of the fight against terrorism is another issue we discuss. But then also we discuss the issue of our economic relations in respect of trade between our people, free movement of our people between our countries, and how we can improve the transit trade through Ghana for Burkina importers who bring their goods through Ghana to Burkina. How we can improve the transit corridor so that they're able to do that without any disturbance. We also discuss issues about the trade between us in agricultural products. We export some products to Burkina Faso, and Burkina also exports some products to Ghana. So we talked about how we can facilitate that trade. So those were the key things. We're also looking at a possible direct flight from Accra to Ouagadougou at least once a day. There's an airline in Ghana that wants to start that flight, and then also how we can increase the supply of power to Burkina.
And some of the Kenyan and Ghana for tax basic cow. And some of the Obin Kasa my infidi me and Burkina for. But then at the Ghana for do one year Burkina for na. I was a former mwame. Dear Mahame, I say Ghana for I said do I Mahama Tami I said Burkina for I be I am muto. I said ni padu do one free Burkina Faso mintiase. Burkina for no more Ghana one does or Ghana sana. And the president mama ba say as a person accomplish some mission be. I say my boss say this time around me pay me crowd I say me massive free Burkina for I say me ntiase I was ya momo ame me ntiase mo wani afiri mesrem Ghana no Burkina be for no do so sa na wo Ghana wo ya Ghana for ho Ghana for no bebre Burkina for ho besa me tiase ne yahunu ha yahu se yanua no wo na enkoye country ahun even though say nyina ya before nenso so eye de ya obi ye fight for interest but Ghana for no Burkina for do so pa wo hia yeah, President Mama, say wa ba say afi we no. Obema ni krom na be Ghana. E bia obema Burkina be one another part of Ghana. Yeah. Cause say that flight kura be free and we okay we. Oh, papa we there.
Burkina Faso electricity exports to Burkina Faso, and also
so when the guy but so on the guy wo dum so kra untimi solve we o kwa export electricity akọ Burkina na wo dum so kra what wants of Ghana there now sa dum so president we kra there mentiase also wo dwananum dum so te Ghana sesi ye ntimi enso anon untimi solve dum so power outages untimi nyimfiri wo o kwa export electricity there akọ Burkina hwe de wo kire ma we de utimi dwananum hey man we wotimi dwana numpa wotimi dwana sana na mote me se Ghana for obia be gene na die o sa ma we ya mukoto obama anu ya ono maso ye be hye de okuje to gina ono so gina wa hono te za ponkyere ne gina na chichire hwe de wo kyerɛ aja concert president pa no makofo na betena o mai president concert minister ne concert president agro woman is too much sankofo we mu agro woman so hwede wono okuja to gina wa hono te sa ponkyere ne hwede gina ase wo ideas biama udum so kura si ukrom kwa untimi nsovo se me ko export power di akoma Burkina for hwede wo kyerɛ Mr President media me anwe ho eti wo se mudum so na aye no mokane akọ obaji bi di akoma Burkina ntimo nhya ne nso Ghana for yi mokania na enyina so wodi bi koma Burkina etimu sori na kania ni wa munkohwe Burkina watambi di akoma wo mu eyezu se yaza every scammers party pen was scamming Ghana for na dwen.
The transit corridor for petroleum products. Recently Burkina has bought a storage terminal in Tema, and so we're looking to see how they can use the pipeline. We have a pipeline to Bolgatanga and we want to extend it to Ouagadougou so that we can push the fuel and diesel products through. And so these are mainly.
It is a said I clear. Sir NDC ni Mahama aton temahabo no efa e dia mabokina for ono ane kan o say we mu no de o kan asem a say o evidence based show na me ye no eti mo amu ya NDC for say ye tie nyina no bokina for ene only part of temahabo ai hey grow your hey Mahama sama we ho ade a wode beye no see we me say broken heart na ebe ye broken heart pa na eba be Ghana because ama we ade a wo ye no ho Ghana fo no ye din na say ye mfa ho ebe ye nsem because the level of ministers are what you so mo do ma ba no hey tibon koso fo nko a wo mo du kadaya fo eti ekwa bi omfa so a oman no ombo oman ne seli wa bi omeye tibon koso ministers nko a na wakoso so ma bi go uhunu hey concert wo mu diatro ewo opposition eno mo betena bam enna omoba oman aba benya problem yeah NDC ministers way a omo ne Mahama ebe udwani koto omo so your own risk we will count Omega.
Kasongo ye Mombali nanga Kasongo mbona we Songa libara oh ye Kasongo mbona we Mombali nanga Atalia mama yake kama naye
Neba nange katonda wamanyi katonda waki akawumbike mboko Friday
Kasongo ye alinanga Kasongo mbona we Songa libara oh ye Kasongo mbona we
Ore yankuyani I had the resist so afen wa join here like video na yanto aso your friend what this ba ano it is say president mama na yamu ehunu ensem de wakeka bia 50 years of ECOWAS wakodwa nanumu a ena sisi ensem chese ni kuro mu nsem de ebia ni wa papa wa na dwe so be solve ebia ni ho ebia ni wa papa wo betimi asolve ai odwa nanum sa.
Distinguished guests, let this 50th anniversary be a turning point for diplomacy in West Africa. Let us invest more in early warning systems, mediation capacities, and youth and women as peace builders. Let us position our sub-region ECOWAS not only as a political and economic bloc, but as a diplomatic anchor for the continent, a model of integration, dialogue, and peaceful coexistence. To mark this moment and strengthen regional bonds, Ghana is offering 1,000 scholarships to tertiary students from across the ECOWAS sub-region to study in our universities. This is not just a gesture, it is an act of solidarity. It is a bridge to a future where our young people will grow up seeing each other not as foreigners, but as partners. Excellencies, as we look to the next 50 years, let unity and solidarity lead us. Let that be our guide on how we respond to insecurity, how we manage our diversity, and how we build our prosperity together. ECOWAS must remain a forum for listening. It must be a space for healing, a home for visionary African-led solidarity and diplomacy. Ghana reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the ECOWAS vision and to the values of dialogue, peace, and partnership that sustain it. Long live ECOWAS, long live West African solidarity, and I thank you for your kind attention.
Right. So that was President Mahama. ECOWAS here na odini nkoma. Na ye wasembo no po. Ghana ni nyina na ye wasembo no po. Enye mi nkwa. Se ne de oman ye biem ECOWAS no omo bem. Chese ene obia eba eti hyene nso. Obia eba kuru no bi ti o mu a wahunu se ECOWAS ye biem eti bibia ni a na wahunu ba bi free ba. Mo bia antreke wo. Because bosu ke nana nkasa no ena wa biem se no ECOWAS ni ade nso ye kan wo emun nsem no wo mun kan kire ye. Now yankwe ni won se NDC amamuo mu enu na PNDC Rollins ya ene wote party friend NDC so what study a sa party no a ommoja ne ye PNDC NDC 1 and 2 no omompe judges for asem so what study a wo penso 1979 81 ena mo ka say judges bi 82 judges bi wo mo nyina afiri asase so pa cha mo kai pa NDC kro no awo NDC no a wo mo wo hunu say omo mpe judges asem eti sabre no nananom anam wo ho no mu hunu ye de esi ye eti say NDC baba power na say omani nye judges ho a me pesa me twuma dwene se bibi say ewo efiri because NDC from day 1 ombe NDC no ommoja no omumpa atentene asema mpese me kankosi no say omumpe atentene it is a wo hwe ya judges here da so yi wo mo penso na wo mo nyina ahwere wo mo nkwa pacho yentie ni ye pa yentie ni me ba sisi ane ato so me ba
with me and my government to work for the progress. This is what happens when you have the umbrella. This is what happens when you have the umbrella. With me and my government to work for the progress. This is what happens when you have the umbrella. It's never steady.
Since January 2017 till date, i.e. in the Akufo-Addo Mahama Bawumia era. That's unforgivable. That's unforgivable. I hope you will allow me to withdraw that statement. The Akufo-Addo Bawumia era.
Motuama mia, na motuama nila ante vandapoy. But, say, makani ye kwa, nila ante banaman. Nila de banaboy de riende, nila ante banaman. I'm asking the gods of Ingresi to pardon me, manu from basa. Maseda. Nademidi Jamu. My final word.
Eti bosuke na na just any nanado say one can ye kra because NDC there yakoye say party ya no me party as a party ni ya ye no me bi dia mo man no ahan eti nanado ye ro say man kan ye kra mo fanche me nanado say wan kan ye say
Oh, Obeka. John Edma. Ade. Obeka bibi papa afa o mampani Joma ama ho. Say bibi papa no definition dey say. Asma ye no kre saka. Sale tie. Ade ba ko be na wo pe. Ade ba ko a me pe wo John Mahama ho ne say. Onti obia. Otiway usu kanu ayer mo. Oyo jamfru who enye hu. Doctor from ko strike oba pammo. Ye ntwa mo ka. Eti John Dramani Mahama nyamishra. So wo sa titri tinti sunsum no ewo mu. Ah won fe tie Ghana for. Ni yesu anyo ya.
Ade ba ko ana won pe ewo na na de dan kwakufa do.
Ah nana. Ni bibia mepe. Wodu de oye akwa na ni bibia edi. Nana kufa do. Yede na no dan kwa ni epe o. Hwe ade si ya na nkofo bi nana do de o bra nyankopon nana kufa do. Me poasem papa.
Obi se we kan chese.
Okay. Eti be me yoda ye frɛ no Sammy Gyamfi. Omo opposition no or threatening security services. And afei most of top hierarchies say omo comfortable with them. Eti omo di ade bi ba ya ye frɛ no resetting. Examuka ya ye to aba no. President Mahama ono gina stage so kan say oman no well packed, especially the judiciary into Omuba. There's going to be a reset. They are not playing. And any power your target. Mami oda hai. And right Bobamania say President Mahama was suspending on. Now the suspension on interesting. Or say Ghana for be say Mami no etieti Ghana mraso edi asem no mo kaso abesi na yente asem kro na obi a wontimi udi omo on charge eye den na President Mahama itimi use executive power na wotimi corrupt council of state ma omotimi do omonsa hye sa de tantan se yase enyo Ghana ni enyo wonwa se council of state ayenim so mo ye mpanimfo na omodo omonsa hye sa de we yase se for the first in history, say executive leader no, so wotimi suspended the arm of government. Independent. Interesting. So now, say President Mahama, with the help of the Council of State, set bad precedents. Say mami oman san reinstate no. Now, any government you are every appointment, abino eme pamuni panim free ho. On say nye, airtie, a dear site of type of politics near yen sanon. Sa type of politics we no a bed destroy mine. Because a beka to say a soccer, ye bet much at any time. Because in the beginning, from PNDC, NDC, they don't like judges and rule of law. Omumpe. Picture na das ya here. Me di so mo mani afini mu ni mo mo. Ajo wana hu mo picture we mo. Me nka mo ya why? Adesua ntia se da bia na kakai. Adesua. Picture ya das ya hey. Ya na nanu we mo mafrim. The same party way blood. And no more mufrim. Pacho sa judges say me say that's here. The same PNDC. Womu amoja ba ko no a. Womo se womo ntiase say judges we mu ruling bi na Rollins ye hu yan so womo nyina yira. Omawu. So tie. Me pesa mamu no say the NDC empe judges yasem sa na tie. Omo mpe judiciary na asem. Eti every time omo problem. And there were a lot of videos to show you. Say, a kwanya mufa so omo ka Asiedu Nketia obi a. And na ye ba judiciary ndi ye bese sem and na Kufuado apake wo mo and na ye ntiase Mahama Kabi. He wo Asiedu Nketia nana ya wo mo nyina. Na me say na hyase ni free ha sei. Wan na ye JJ Rollins na mamuo mu and na judges me ensen wo mo nyina ya hu wo bi. Menka busuafo ya mo fa ncheme. Today, say Mami Tr0uble araba. And nessa womu do mani asini so a. Wo ye judge ya mane nya wo de. Na mpani aka say abo bi beka wa na free won temem. Say Mami NDC target ni nyina na ye di case ya court na judge metra case judge na ama yehu yansa de kyen ya obi a ye president Mahama no send o petition man say judge bi wo ho a ne ho asem abati hwe ne kan ono wa na de ne ze yese wo ni kura na ye media de yasa suspend o Ghana, this is serious. Na sa judge no a ne ho asem no wono mo masa ba committee chairman judge no so wo metena cases ni ani injunction wono so say mama court wono so asaba ba ye member Mahama se masa appoint wo bra monkodi mo boss no asem mame etina pene say aboa bi beka wa nefre won timem mame chief justice tukono eye wono an nkrofo bi ena a conspire with the NDC ena wo mo yesa kululu no yanku yanim ya shase no about to no be me your friend Sammy Gyamfi kan sembi yentie wa ha sei.
And we are telling them, all the people there, they are making the police officers there, they are making their police career, the military officers, they are making their career in the military, that respected state security agency, coterminous with that of President Akufo-Addo. The day President Akufo-Addo will exit office will be the last day they will serve as policemen and military men. And we will deal with them mercilessly. That is the message we are sending across to them.
So this is a young boy, our politics, in the name of political power. Or Kasai. In fact, say or maybe Anka soldier for no betima man disappear. Because so threatening soldiers. No character in the level. Or maybe we soldier for no man disappear. Because or threatening so straight. And almost so far and normal. Ampa. Menoka say the 3 top hierarchy our military mu oma pam omo nyina pam, in fact the IGP no so sa. So these people mean business, so don't play with them. Me say and that party we mu no omo power, they dislike rule of law. And today oka sa asem we no aye adwuma yentie bio.
And we are telling them, all the people there, they are making the police officers there, they are making their police career, the military officers, they are making their career in the military, that respected state security agency, coterminous with that of President Akufo-Addo. The day President Akufo-Addo will exit office will be the last day they will serve as policemen and military men. And we will deal with them mercilessly. That is the message we are sending across to them.
Right. Eti the amepese Matthew Ford and Tiasia, Chichirin Bench and Tiasia say the NDC dislike security services, judiciary, they dislike them. Ninina say, Omo campaign time, Omo mobiliate ete say, Omo bibi omo court be enko ye mom tet, and no chira omo say, court no nya omo dia. So omo pese omo so nya omo court. Afi yen sha se free ase. Yen sha se free an, mami tukono. Ono an nkrofo na ye ne sa be ma ye frɛ no Paul Admochre or the exposes bia beto abonte pacho hwade wa hase judges ya anka maame no kura bedi wo mo asɛm no wo mo na bedi maame na asɛm hwade wa ha.
He teaches very well. Now, who is Justice Samuel Kwame Adibu Asiedu? Justice Kwame Adibu Asiedu, who is a member of this committee, is the same said judge who did not show up because he was unwell for the hearing of the matters that were raised in the writ of Asifwa relating to the injunction that was purportedly being prepared by the plaintiffs for the hearing of the court against the process of the Chief Justice's impeachment. So there was a legal action that was filed. You know, you saw the Attorney General in court, you saw Godfrey Dami in court, and the Attorney General came and they said that the first day the Attorney General didn't come. So the case was not heard. It was rescheduled. It was rescheduled until last week Wednesday. Last week Wednesday, everybody went to court. All the media were there. We were told by the president of the court or by the lawyers that one of the 5 judges, is not able to sit. And so the case didn't happen. The said judge who was unable to sit is His Lordship, Mr. Justice Samuel Kwame Adibu Asiedu. It was who couldn't sit. For which reason the application was not heard. And the application was rescheduled till May 6th. Now, in constituting the panel, President John Dramani Mahama nominates Justice Kwame Adibu Asiedu to sit. Some of the lawyers are telling me this evening that he may recuse himself because he's already on the panel. The panel will hear the matter on 6th of May. He has been asked to sit for the impeachment of the Chief Justice. There's a clear conflict of sorts. I don't know how you call it, whether it's conflict of interest, conflict of philosophy, conflict of appointment. I don't know. But there's a kind of conflict of sorts, isn't it? There is. So Adibu Asiedu has been nominated by the president to sit on the committee, not the panel, the committee that is to look at the Chief Justice's situation to make a determination whether she should remain as Chief Justice or whether she should take a bow and get fired out and get disgraced. This Justice Kwame Adibu Asiedu, he didn't show up for the case. He was unwell. Now, he's nominated to be on the committee that is to determine whether the Lord Chief Justice has done something wrong or not. Gabriel Kwame has a petition pending. Maybe I'll give you the details of the petition. I don't know whether I'm able to do that. I'll consult the lawyers during the break. When I consult this, I will show you the petition.
Right. Eti, one will say, mafia game or Gonja Mafia will play. Sa judge Asiedu, Supreme Court judge, or non court now on court case or was here so I'm a court. The next hours. Ya appointing so onu mumu sa meye a member of the committee so omu mumu ma mehwehwe maame Chief Justice mumu asemu. Interesting times ahead. Quite interesting. Na event na happen wo Ghana no. Obedwen say a good precedence na president mama no. In fact, ebekwa tia wo man ni nyina. Fi say oman bia yetena mu a enipa ne de mmara hye wo nsem. Na omu bully nipa no sa man no asomdwie enim nipa ne mu eye silent war because it seems say nipa ne na ma no mu sugu omu because o man mu nye safe. Now yanko the next expose bi o to abonti am wo interest wo yanhwe sa de we nipa no ye chairman no a ene wo no mahama appointing no wa appointing so o me ye chairman no hwe wono no hwe ni case ya da no so ananka ye ba bi di ono so case hwe ade.
Justice Gabriel Scott Poaman is a beautiful, nice man. But as we know, there's a petition that was forwarded to the president about the removal of Gabriel Scott Poaman from the Supreme Court. That petition, the president forwarded it to Gertrude Tokonu, the Chief Justice. That petition is before the Chief Justice. So Poaman is going to sit on a petition about which a prima facie has been made against the Lord Chief Justice. Poaman was selected by President John Dramani Mahama to sit on the committee. Poaman has a petition against him right now. So we don't know. Do you know, viewers? I don't know. The lawyers, are you there? Please, can you send a text message to Good Evening Ghana official? Let's look at it. Because Justice Gabriel Poaman has a petition pending against him for his removal from the Supreme Court. It's standing there. I have the petition. It's forwarded to the Lord Chief Justice, forwarded by President Mahama. So President Mahama, weeks ago, wrote to the Lord Chief Justice that, have a look at it, pursuant to Article 146, isn't it? That when there's a petition against a Supreme Court judge, you forward it to the Lord Chief Justice. President Mahama did that in fulfillment of his duties as president. Then President Mahama also nominates the same said judge about whom there's a petition against, which has been forwarded to the Chief Justice for a prima facie determination to be made, which the Chief Justice has forwarded to Gabriel Poaman for his responses, so that she will be able to make the prima facie decision. Now, we wake up this morning, and Gabriel Poaman is chairing the committee that is going to listen to the petition against the Lord Chief Justice. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Right. It seems that President Mama so build a cartel. Because one more, it seems so many mammy no problem. No woman away you want to say, Mahama non so now say, or no baby, the Teresa Kufuado. As a sir, or non crop for no packy woman. In fact, President Mama do a statement say the judiciary near pregnant. So that they need a reset. As a new video, no, what I say. Okojina school be mono kwa sasemono. As a not new video, no, how baby. President Mama kujina school be mono okodi sa ankomo no. I'm here. Me no, anyway. Eba. Me ba asemi na me okay. Yentie bosuki na. O de ti ase wo kafa judiciary no ti asem wo ha.
We do have problems with the judiciary, I must say, and I think that it's necessary for some reforms to take place.
Pachotio, as a continuously, and a papa what target judiciary no. The same their role is here in continuously, and what target judiciary no. It will be obejina piano we Bentley University. Was say judiciary tiabi.
We do have problems with the judiciary, I must say, and I think that.
Question is, one why no problem, one why no problem, no. What NDC for? One why no problem. Say judiciary no problem. Chief Justice na. because omu nim se esisi yenya obi a ye de asem kwa obe appoint obi obedi amaye ain eno nti no mo yesa eti bosu kene kasa yentie bosu kena.
We do have problems with the judiciary, I must say, and I think that it's necessary for some reforms to take place.
Okay. Eti eno no mo dia bai se eni Ghana fo bi say maame no yenyini mfiri ho mo be ka so ayeto aba no wie ya na mede enkomo beto se endis fo no nkomo bi e kire se maame omo mpe se be ya onua be bosu kina na me kire wade wa ha sei maame mfa ade we nkire yentie omahin kwabra sante wa asempa yentie omo ha.
If we really want to reset, everybody the last minister to okosu ye kokole Jones no. Say oko galamse wachi ankasi yetu galamse o party chairman ankasa kra no kose ye ba ho soja fo ba ho no o ma mo na mane na baby a okosu wo press conference. So stop that. Oh, please stop it. And I'm saying that stop it. The sooner I solve.
No, say based on the video he saw. Now, and
I'm saying that, but even amongst the solutions, now Kofa River guy, what can they do? So I'm a catcher lands minister. No, you're too illegal mining. What is getting worse? What I refer to your crew. Of course. That also mean. Also say Elembele for Western regions, the Western North for ya be minister. No mebo na kamonya dies. Also.
Okay. Eti agenda ba ko ne say lands minister no won for sa propaganda ne mahwim. No fa get to kono de ne mahwim so that on betimi dia sell out. Agenda. Agenda pa cho and this one year map strategy mu hwe ne and not minister no so besu ye no unse after say we say oh my ji untumi license me say ye untumi license quickly and na aban no release letter say was suspend chief just it was agenda ye fasi na memra ha say ye nko amra now Sammy Gyamfi say okuta information we intercept information na in fact Council of State mpanimfo ni nyina no ono onim say omu nyina say ye nyima amene mfiri ho. Interesting. Wow. Yentie Sammy Gyamfi yode yentie no na menkyere wade.
Council of State Kwatnasia omo ye 31 emumu aduasa 30 of them say mami baby they are okay dey adwuma enye petition wey dia bawo papa nipa 30 out of 31.
How did you know?
Oh, Makacha, go and do your checks. Me see my intercept 30
voted for
ahemfo akasia che say to be omonya politics impo me pesa what ade bia say because MPP for ne kasa they talk as if say obi mpe ma me na say na politics inti masa udi bone na okru ayema na okru ayema o
omo kasa because of nsema amu kan in opposition some ame we dey ba akọ
na NDC ni bia file petition NDC ni bia file petition NDC doma na say General Mosquito anasa
eti asawne say omubu ya agimi fo ho onsa omubu ya agimi fo enipa na the petition ko no omu ya hefo on trek no mu ni Ghana fo ni play no oh dabi Ghana fo na and this one dey omu ya bo ayi fo Guinea Bissau fo on adwen omu di Ghana fo ni play oh enye Ghana fo bi da bro mfi say enkwase afo Ghana ni bay ene wo adwuma ya obe kwa kotre say yenyi chief justice for Ghana ni bay ya apart from say nipa na NDC ni on say ono na adwene wo fom osa na adwene sa na adwene wo fom eti won say office wo kasa kire NDC fo na enwene no Ghana ni bay na ti ba bia wono say won fa de mo ye no a obekọ say yenyi chief justice in fro say de na chief justice na ye no mo agenda mo hye free campaign time enya sa eti ena wono say no say quickly yasoma no say Sammy Gyamfi kwa abontene kwa fast kwa tugum enyo wadwe say oti gold office wona wono wo ye still na wo ye communication propaganda secretary intire ho ene wo betum futuru na guma o de yentie no wo tum futuru na gum
Gyamfi ana general secretary of NDC ko gina he fa na ye ka say ye ba ma me ne beko ye gina he ne ka za ye me petitioner me the petition akwa say ye mpa mo ma me araba na omo amami di ntenche di omo ni to obi o ka omo kasa bo ahwo musum say ye ahwo mu yem say ye mo omo sambre musum because this chief justice is a demigod and above the law. Na say why ye bibi no obi nim say tia Ghana mra. Ye ntimi invoke the constitution because ono ye special and she's above the law. Is that what people are saying in the
Okay. Was say NDC for one can we? Hwade. We ye na ya adwanto me wi amekọ Asiedu Nketia o. Yentie maami. Why presidential staff ho. Odidi aban ni botom. Tiase mo no so kan.
Justice the fact. Justice the asem na asi. Say ye be na free wo say ye ja na ma na tena ho. So no dey ye go through process. And the process ni do ade be si na asi. Obi nim the process ni de beba. Ade Charlotte say no ye be ma. Charlotte say no ye be ma.
You say you are mad advocate.
I am say me your bad advocate, but say Charlotte say no nye be ma. Inti this ye be process ni ba ye nyina ya ko.
You Charlotte say you chief justice.
That's fine. Dem enye no na make.
Say na wo kan.
Dem wo say oyo ba. And I'm say obi a go through process.
It is oyo ba na you Charlotte say dey you.
Dem na ka say
chief justice.
Dem I dey say na kan. Na Charlotte says no your ba me your ba other women need to go through process ni you okay. No problem. Me go through process then bibia fine. Into obi a go through process. There's nothing wrong.
Then outside Charlotte say. When I'm going through the process.
That's also go through
the process no fair.
Hey, the fair ni fair ni. Oni ne deputies nya ba akọ krampo a wono de muntua neka ontimi nto aduro ontimi nya hwemu gya no na misi ho bamo o man ho asem nhiam for mu de bia 2 legs good 4 legs bad e ba oba bia mo ne nam de a sa oba ne de should be protected mo kọ court mo kọ ha e ba oba foforo de a wono de ne hu nimfa so e ba oba foforo de a ne hu nimfa so na de mra de
eti yoboyo maame na no wayi tuntum na se waye kokọ wono so ye frɛ no ayi ya jantoa wono so na we campaign adwene no de kasa no ye wi ayenko general mosquito we ye Asiedu Nketia yentie wono national chairman wono so asem a wo ni tirimu awokan
maame no toko no
me de abrewa obewu ani hu ehu
abrewa bewu ani hu
wa obekwa akoka se wu na nan wu na ubewu ubedi kan ja no wow enu nti asem wo ye wo court no mpese me de ma no beben ho ma court no nka na asem se we conduct ti say wa no wa onfa nkote asoja hahan ma omo ma court na meka na asem na enwie na ever metu jase de ya hunu munie what is asem we buy maka ho asem
dabi
enka ho asem
so de ya no akota no aboma ho
beginning no a yanya mai no na me ka say ehia say ye reset e judiciary
okay
ehia say ye reset electoral commission
okay
ehia say ye
bajo ti o omo campaign mu na Sammy Gyamfi enyanyanyanyanyan no the senior boss no Asiedu Nketia say omo opposition no omo planning say electoral commission judiciary the target as a reset wa ye hwan all leaders na won say you omo free ho esa so omo yi judges no omo di foforo be hyehyɛ wo enye no no e ka no enye na general mosquito wo e ka wa hai na odi o say papa we no o say na dwene som eti o say oye no say oh mo ye biasa me ka ho me nka ho ba wo de tie ni nkomo na wo de tie hai
set they say auditor general honom ne in bobo but eno na meka bo mu yes say we need institutional reset
we still stand by
I still stand by those
electoral commission say reset electoral commission
na hwan na kofa asemu ibae enye me na mkofa bae
one na bae
na ade sanda ben na nkwanta ayira se ade ya wini awie nti electoral commission wa be dane soro abofo
the commissioner no onko
me de top ho nyina nye back
abusia sorte ye sorte nti say today we chairman o na Sammy Gyamfi say wo ka kire Ghana for say enya NDC for na se maame nko this is the chairman this is General Mosquito osesoro nyina yenyi wo nyina police military chief justice electoral commission yenyi wo nyina etu Sammy Gyamfi obi a o cast esa respect no entie no officer NDC for na ebi ntimi nwene na etie no also te asempa say NDC bi na e ka say maame no kwa this is a chairman General Mosquito and walk at them say esuru ho nyina wo so na kofo ba say easy wonko ya wi ni aba na wie still eso woko o say esuru ho nyina and today obenya obi ti say Sammy Gyamfi nipa ti bonko so fo no bebere ne tie no na wabekeka a kire mo say enya NDC fo a yentie chairman o de yentie Asiedu na o make the point no said ye be ya NDC ni bia wo hwe show we ya obehun say yenim de ye wo ha sei
makoto na meka na sem na enwie na ye fa metu ja se de ye hunu munie what is that sem we buy maka ho asem bi enka ho asem
no de ya no akota no aboma ho
beginning no a ye nyama no na me ka se ehia say ye reset a judiciary
okay
ehia say ye reset electoral commission
okay
ehia say ye reset they say auditor general honom ne in bobo but I know na make bo mu yes say we need institutional reset.
We still stand by some
I still stand by those
electoral commission say reset. Electoral commission.
Na when the cover asemu bae. Enye me na me cover bae.
One not bae.
Na ma ades and aben na nkwanta yira. Say ade ya wini awie nti electoral commission wa be dane soro abofo.
The commissioner no onko
me the top ho nyina nye back.
Eti uti akire na se wo ye NDC na untimi nwene nkwa akire a ofi se eye me na wo ye me eye party manifesto e na mo fulfill mo promises and when en solve Ghana problem rather than mo danger Ghana more mo twasa bone e de ato wo de am man no and this is a party chairman Asiedu Nketia de obeka ene okasa empuna na epuno so who is Sammy Gyamfi say ne ono ba be gina be na no twetwetwetwe say eye hwan na hwan ah Sammy Gyamfi wo ye hwan e dia policy wonim enya NDC na enipa nimu anko we wono e opposition wo NDC party na nipa nim enya safo no so party nim enu ntia na party enya safo do so ma Sammy Gyamfi we ne brain ne break capacity say ya more time ne say wo meye wo no e party leader we
to say the MPP vote me ko intercept petitions e de beto abonte no
na say there are rumors
me dey rumor Tr0uble Toko suspended Chief Justice na no year to all the petitions have intercepted it.
You have intercepted.
Oh, I've intercepted and never can once more.
Now, do you have the petition itself?
Oh, massa, media me say the free anti-geti hono, anti-araba ho. Eba mampini mahama on a new of random intercepted into being the woman. And now bet was once more. Obi, tell me.
I say, when we a party or a national officer was serve Ghana interest. But I say, me say na administration once we know the difference between say me kasa on the grounds of a political media campaign and na when we state officer or a national officer we adwuma aban but on say omo nim nyansa sa o and this for nim nyansa sa I say me intercept obi a wo ye government official awo wasem bia be ka bia ya aban nti now you are telling me say government no is so weak the hierarchy is so weak ma wo etimi intercept ebe catch Ghana for say aban no kradi bibia na bibi no wotimi intercept as wo dwen so campaign ase etimi ka so munim nyansa wo kasa bia meta da bi onim nyansa say ono ye public officer we ye adwuma gold board o ye adwuma de ma aban ye the taxpayers ka netua nika onye campaign manager my goodness ne nipa we mu na di monim Ghana bebre o Sammy Gyamfi we dey checking adwene ni mental capacity when it comes to politics. They would checking away and not because of say NDC party and nipa nim and na one na mu na wanya position no obi anka we adwuma ma aban de we a public officer. You don't come to radio and tell me say what me hack government data na say aban information na court and somewhere me who be that this is serious. Wow, this is serious. We mo any pa we mu na wo mu di o man anim. These are the people. I mean me come once also want to be officer meta wo mo. My God, this is terrible. Enya nwa Ghana for mo be bleed ya che enipa ni bi ma so ye den akwai wonim say wono class say we public officer o odwe say that brand this is that so opposition part campaign mood. What a shame. We and this nyam woni ngu pa because we mu na di mu anim dia enya nwanwa.
Yeah, can one same chief justice. Eye Getru Tokono. Omampenyi Akufo-Addo pensumpo petitions bebre ba say yentu na de so. Enye President Mahama ne ba ya na obi di petition akoma no. Meboana.
That's true.
From President Akufo-Addo preso petitions ni bi wo kra ya nte ho asem.
Say what's what ho asem.
No. When the president makes the prima facie determination, whether positively or negatively, he must communicate it to the petitioner. In some cases, they were ignored. The petitions were not even acted upon. Yeba be fra ban mu a Professor Kwaku Azande ba akoko e na omampenyidin na no yeba se wahwehwem ababi animu a ese fata se yekohwehwem. But there were several petitions for the removal of this particular chief justice, even under the MPP. President Mahama ba ye ya miensa enye ba ko miensa.
Na sa obi die sa obi entina ya na manfo se oye hypocrite o sa obi oti o ma boy we etumfu Tr0uble stations na oti ho say President Akufo-Addo amanfo bebre what is the meaning of bebre na oti ho na oti ho sa obi manfo ye fantastic guy but me nim se chinchina person ye lawyer ni nti say lawyer ni so no just a would sa crooked way bi ni concept we bi na I mean obi wuti ho na otumfu Tr0uble why is na si wo he no ade chese waba power no power we hwan political power nti dey and so what? Now obi siwa na wo tumfu Tr0uble Ghana fo ani. Now to odi na to hwe no. Obi pa o lose respect obi. O lose so much respect. We ni pansam. Odwene wa wonti ase obi dia usiwa sa. Why lucky say we no honorable Kennedy Japan sia ko be yi ya ma kwabra onipa kwabra sant wo yi man se na fono o wafono wo to no why wafono say ukobe yi yama say ya simple now why study na to that Sammy Gyamfi expect garbage way this garbage nonsense no the nam system na what to we no say why na ban about power wait wo power nti enye ndey me anwe ho obi pa
nchie di omo ya utie di asem a wo betiti ni suo and tencha
as a sole judge as a president of which
and no modest petition ya komo mampenyi Mahama wapenyi mama se boy me na mitibi baby me ibu mi mai na we amakofa be council of state mampenyi ntimi nkasa o. Nobody is above the law. The chief justice is not above the law. She's under the law. Article 146 here clear. Petitions back for the removal of the chief justice. I was free as to whether or not as a nabawum there is a prima facie case to be determined. The president follow the law or Tr0uble Council of States or the petitions in Council of States in fact also edge permission from the Council of States and sakwa no offer where the petitions na then ama the chief.
Eti Sammy Gyamfi a public officer and one wa be ka kire say wono Council of State members kura wonim say wo nyina na support Mahama and ono de aban no sama beto abonten na je say plan bi o make bia no ogina mbi na me demu free ha no my way your friend no Bafo Boni pacho monhwe ni wo your Supreme Court judge JSC Justice Paul Bafo Boni quickly Mahama se won kwaye acting chief justice na yenhwe ni history kakra wo ye hwan ya pacho wa woni Bafo Boni kan ho asam kakra chem wo ye hwan ya Bafo Boni ni oye JSC JSC Justice of the Supreme Court Bafo Boni and yet me tena sidin na me se na mai wo ye hwan a den na Mahama say Justice Bafo Boni enkoye acting chief justice really and I'm saying am ntwa me and am ko tietie mu na me ko hu say wono ne brother and na ye frɛ no Saint Bafo Boni One na Radio Gold ne dia. Say Radio Gold cry your papa yi ni nua dia. But omunim sa Radio Gold say ni nua dia. Akwasi senti bafo boni. Say ni nua ne papa yi Radio Gold. And I'm saying tomobo. Me pesa me sa ko hwe bi ka ho. Na mamin kan papa yi one NDC twaka da woni mahamantem. Unhwe ne yepa. Justice Bafu Boni yan Mahama so won koye Chief Justice acting mentiase. Now yenhwe ne fact akra. Now Bafu Boni, he is the brother of owner of Radio Gold. Akwasi Senti Bafu Boni, and served as senior political advisor to President Mahama between 2009 and 2017. Justice Bafu Boni yo ni nua no. Eti conflict of interest me bobosoba. 2. He is also a brother of Eugene Bafu Boni, former NCA board chair, appointed by President John Mahama, who was jailed in the 4 million NCA scandal. Really? Pacho tieni ye pa papa ni history na mede mamu. Ye ni mu yametima ko hwim. Justice Bafu Boni ya Mahama say onko ye acting chief justice no. And I'm saying pesa me hwehwem. Pesa me hwehwem. Na say ni nua Justice Bafu Boni ni nua ne Eugene Bafu Boni, former NCA board chair. Mahama appointed no. Na mo ka say 4 million NCA 4 million NCA scandal BC ema omu ye jeli no ma ko jail samukaya. Yes, that's right. Now and I'm saying we mu biewa na me say ko hu say he is the husband of Mrs. Patience Bafu Boni, the newly appointed Director General of Ghana Prison Service. And I'm saying, wow. Say we are saying no more montakra say ni tubom. And no more montakra say and the tubom. Eti say papa conflict of interest. Ne yere and na Mahama so won koye prison service. Director General. Ninua eye Eugene Bafu Boni emre bi $4 million NCA case word ko prison. Ena ninua esane akosi Sintim Bafu Boni Radio Gold. Ena papa ye Supreme Court judge. This is interesting. Wow. Momo se mano. Chama Jiutu, chama Jiutu. Eti we no a conflict of interest and na say enye conflict of interest. Ebusiafo mediato. Ebusiafo mediato. Ni nuamo ne nkrofo na mabobo so akire ne yere Mahama appoint no. Se ne yere currently maame ne yefra no Patience Bafu Boni, Prison Service Director General. Ni nuano no. Radio Gold ni nuano no a wo ye NDC ni nuano no. Pacho ade Mahama yi. Na je say or plantain in crofo no so sade ode abe de opese wo ye no ana. Because moment a wo ye acting no, in fact, see what he has on one be Chief Justice. When you be acting no, sa ne be. And once a president be sa confirm and say now or ye Chief Justice. Yeah. Obe confirm no. It is a JSC Bafu Boni. Enna ne history kakra ye betumi ehunu ni se ne yere ewo aban na mana yere adwumaye. Prison service. Ni nua Radio Gold. Ye NDC station. Na ni nua na sana $4 million NCA case bi wasako prison wo ho. That's a family and friends. Wow. Obi antwento. Eti JSC Paul Bafu Boni say Mahama so wonkoye acting. Interesting times ahead. Anodene. Hey Ghana, we are heading to a ditch. na yentie Mustafa Bandi wono so say hey afen na omu wie court wono wie na amwia even Nanado Krombeche no Nanado Kra bas yenche na ombekwa akwache Nanado wo ye director of operations presidency Mahama boy Goro boy ba akuni yentie Mustafa Bandi yentie no.
Okay, can you see ne mame? Yes.